Hi everyone, this is Diary of a Mystic. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be reading today surrounding the events of Mica Miller, who passed away April 27th, 2024 in North Carolina, and wanted to pick up any energy surrounding her death, anything that may come in surrounding her death, as well as perhaps picking up on what was going on in her marriage to, I believe his name's John Paul Miller, who's the pastor of a church in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So if you're following this case, thank you for watching, and let's just jump right into it. So, what was going on with Mica Miller? I know from reading the news she filed for divorce and had an order of protection put into place. What's going on with Mica Miller? What's going on with Mica Miller? They're sending me back to about, I'm getting 11/16/2012, so they're sending me back 12 years ago, 12 and a half years ago. She was 30 when she passed, so 12 and a half years ago would roughly put her at 17, 18 years old. I know from reading reports that she was young when she met him. Now, what was going on with her, however, at 17 to 18 years of age? I don't know when they met specifically. I don't know when they got married specifically. So if anybody knows, when she was around 17 to 18 years of age. So going back to November 2012. Going on with Mica Miller. They keep showing me 3, so I don't know if she was the sister of 3 sisters. Okay, they keep showing me 3. So let's see if that comes into the reading. If she was the third of 3 sisters, if she was the youngest, the oldest, but they keep showing me 3, that she was a part of something that was 3, but I feel it's more connected to her family. Okay. Yeah, they keep sending me back to 2012. Okay, so first I got November, now I'm seeing March. What was happening in her life in 2012, primarily, if anybody knows? So we're going back 12 years, 2012, which would have put her at around 18 years old. Okay, let's see. All right, we come in first with the Queen. This could represent her. Typically, this is a water sign female, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but this is the mother. This also can represent mother, very feminine type energy here. Also one who's very intuitive, very in touch with their feelings, very creative, can be very psychic. So a Queen has shown up. All right, so here we're seeing a present area of moderation and balance with a new cycle of truth and beginning. So there's a gentleness here, okay? There's a gentleness here of, and I don't know if she liked the water or the beach or swimming, but I keep feeling like I'm being swayed back and forth with her energy, like I'm in a pool. I don't know if Mica liked to swim or if she liked to be in the water, but I'm kind of getting swayed back and forth with her energies. Her energy, this is weird, okay? Her energy's like wanting completion, and it's wanting to be held in this feeling of wanting to be held in water, or protection of the feeling of being held up in water, like type of energy here with her. So I don't know if she liked to swim or if she liked to be in the pool. Maybe it made her feel lighter. Maybe it helped her mentally. I don't know. There's something with that. So anyway, Temperance, we're speaking of moderation. Balance is key. Ace of Swords is truth, clarity, breakthroughs, having a very honest conversation, and it's speaking about the truth. There's a need here right now, presently, of the truth. There's more, perhaps, to the story, but there needs to be an approach of balance and gentleness and calmness, okay? And an approach of not attacking, but of balance, of, I don't know, her energy is saying the truth is here, the breakthrough is here, but we need to remain calm. We need to have balance and moderation right now, and have like an even, tempered feeling to it. I don't know if that even makes sense for what I'm trying to convey, but so this is the present energy. All in good time. Okay, that's what I want to say. All in good time, the truth will be revealed. All in good time, everything comes in moderation, okay? Her energy is one of heading this, okay? The feeling that's coming from her. Now this area here is the most recent past. Who got the information about Mica being deceased? Who called 911? Who found her? I don't know that. There's communication here that is shadowed by sneakiness with the Seven of Swords. Sneakiness, lying, trying to get away with something, coming in with news. So where here, from the most recent past, was there a sneakiness in terms of how things were communicated about Mica? Who made the call? All right? Or how was it discovered that she had died? Also, this could be relative in terms of communication with others that is layered in deception and sneakiness, because the Seven of Swords is someone who's trying to get away with something. This card really speaks about people's true character when no one is looking. Okay, what people do when no one is looking and trying to get away with something. So that's suspicious. That's suspicious right here. All in good time. She's saying have patience. Mica's energy is saying have patience here. Okay, the truth will be revealed all in good time. All right. So there's speed and there's communication. So the speed of Mica's case has really picked up the last, what date is it? Today's May 7th. Today's May 7th. So she passed away April 27th. So the last 10 days, her case of knowing who Mica Miller is has rapidly picked up speed. And this is shown here. But it's also shown in the form of rumor, gossip, speculation. Okay? Many theories right now. Many theories as to what happened to her. Many theories of what was going on in her life. So that's being shown. There was, oh boy. There's real heartbreak here for her. With the lovers, this could very much indicate, with the lovers and the Three of Swords, a love triangle. Now, I did see reports that he was, her husband was involved with a woman, allegedly. I'm not sure if that's even true. If you have any more information or thoughts, please feel free to leave them in the comments. But there's a definite love triangle here. The lovers with the Three of Swords. This caused Mica great heartbreak, which could have been the catalyst for her to also file for divorce, amongst other things. So we will look into and see what else comes up with that. But this is definitely validating a love triangle was occurring. All right, so this is coming in right here. Now, this could be, the King of Swords has shown up. This could be representing the husband, the King of Swords. Now, when I see the King of Swords, I don't know if the husband has any type of military background, but typically the King of Swords can be anyone from military background, security background, law enforcement, but he's a strategizer. So the King of Swords in the positive is a great communicator, but he's a strategizer, so he has a plan, all right? He's looking at the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy, slow-moving. He's looking at the Knight of Pentacles. This is movement direction, but at a slower pace, and he's looking at this. Why is he looking at this? There could be an indication that he was taking his time with something and was planning or perhaps strategizing something out, because this energy is attached to this king. All right. There's a strategy here, but he was very patient about it. Very patient about it. You wouldn't even know he was bothered, okay? And he took his time with this. It's not fast-paced, his thoughts. There was planning, strategy going on here with this king of some kind. So we have to ask ourselves about what? I don't know if there was money involved in the divorce. There could be an indication of that as well. Okay, Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Wow. So both together. This is sadness, regret, loss, shame. This also could be a card of mourning, breakup, and moving on. I think that for Mica Miller in particular, it was devastating for her to decide to divorce, and she filed a petition for divorce first. It was very devastating to her. There's a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of regret attached to this as well. A lot of heartache, a lot of sadness, a lot of loss. This card really comes in when we feel very ashamed of ourselves. We have a lot of regret. We feel very guilty, okay? This is where we've moved on completely. We have to emotionally move on. We've given it all we've got. So I feel that Mica met her limit in her marriage and knew it was time for me to go. And it was very hard for her to do. And it was also very, very hard for her to make the final decision. She may have tried before to let go of him or to move on from him. Or there could have been a separation before. So right here shows me that it was very heavy on her, a very heavy weight, a very heavy burden right here. Mica's energy also shows up as being very much a dreamer. She was very highly creative, highly talented, and she was a dreamer. Okay. I don't know why my cards are backwards. I must have my deck upside down. Here's a queen, a different queen. This queen's a bit different. And she's sitting underneath him. So this queen's connected to the past. The Queen of Rods in particular, she's one that loves attention. She's dynamic, she's attractive, she goes after what she wants, she's very passionate, okay? She's sitting underneath this. This relationship with this queen for him has been going on for quite some time. It could even have been going on the last 6 years, and it's connected to the past. All right. Mica's energy is very different from the Queen of Cups, very different from the Queen of Wands energy. And Mica also was very intuitive. She's very intuitive with the Queen of Cups. Very intuitive type woman. The Queen of Wands, however, totally different dynamic. So this person's connected to the past, which could be connected with J.P. Miller's energy. Boom. Okay, there's the Tower moment. So there was something, and this is following this queen. I don't know if she was friends with her first. If Mica was friends with this woman as well. The Tower comes in next to Strength. This is showing me, like, get ready. It's going to be chaos. And you better hold on to your seatbelts because you're going to need all the strength you can muster in this situation because it's going to take you down. So I feel that Mica's death has awakened and has had a powerful influence and has come with an energy of great strength, highlighting domestic violence. And this is showing up in the reading. Okay. Her death was not a loss in terms of the impact following her death was so disruptive. Now, just follow me here. Her death is so powerfully disruptive that it's going to topple foundations that are not strong to begin with. And something is about to crumble. And we could be witnessing this with the pastor. With that is strength. And the people that stand behind Mica, Justice for Mica, that support Mica, this is their energy stepping forward from her death. That was very unexpected, very chaotic, and it's blown up. Okay? So, her legacy, the legacy and the impact that she's already left on people is very, very strong here. And the foundations and systems that were not supported in the beginning are going to crumble. Okay, do you follow me with that? I don't know why my cards are upside down. So, we're looking at here with the Nine of Swords and the Moon. This is great fear, anxiety, sleepless nights. The Nine of Swords speaks about, it's the nightmare card. She was really going through something mentally. She was very much subjected to a lot of fear, anxiety, the worst case scenario. The Moon is fluctuating mood swings. She could be, I don't know if she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Many times this card shows up. But it also shows up with any type of mental struggles, okay? It was tied up in your thoughts. This card's depiction is very much being tied up mentally by our thoughts, and everything's coming at us. The Moon's one where there's a lot of deception, an illusion that's going on, but it's one where the illusion of our mind, how strong and powerful our mind can deceive us as well. Okay, so this is showing me here what was happening for her mentally in her mental state. I think she also felt very deceived in her marriage as well. And she was seeing and feeling the worst case scenario. I don't feel that she was getting much sleep at night. This is a card of sleepless nights, but it's called the nightmare card. So she was definitely living perhaps on a daily basis, especially at nighttime. This is the card of night. Anything literally happening at night is showing me that Mica perhaps could not sleep at night, had a hard time going to sleep. Okay, she was up at night, she was ruminating, thinking about things, having a really hard time and struggle here. All right, this is what concerns me the most. So, following this, we have Devil and the Page of Cups. The Devil shows up when typically we're dealing with addiction, all right, abuse. This could be sexual abuse in some cases. This could be alcoholism, drug addiction, any type of addiction. This is also speaking about abuse, abusive relationships, anything that we feel tied or bound to that's very low vibrational. It also speaks about carnal desires, sexual deviance, okay? Anything that we do that we know that we really shouldn't be doing. Devil is one where it can run the gamut, but it's all tied to a baseline of abusive type energy or behavior. There are there is abusive or abuse that perhaps was in the relationship and within the marriage. With the Page of Cups, there was also moments of rebirths in the marriage. Going through an abusive cycle changed, had a rebirth. So this was cyclical, I feel, that she was in perhaps a cycle of abuse right here. And typically in a cycle of abuse, if you look at the domestic violence wheel of abuse, you will see the cycle, okay? And there will be a pattern here. So she may have been living this for quite some time. Page of Cups really speaks about rebirths of any kind, a rebirth of an idea, a rebirth in general. It's also a card of great creativity and imagination. I feel like Mica really dreamed about an idyllic type of love or an idyllic type of marriage, and this is perhaps a lot of what she was given or dealing with. So these cards right here, right this area here, with this card showing up as well, is showing me an energy pattern here. It's not so great that was going on in Mica's life. Ten of Wands shows up next. That's the burden. That's carrying the heavy weight and burden of so many factors in our life, and the exhaustion. You know, when we're put through an abusive relationship or an abusive cycle, we're exhausted mentally, emotionally, and then we become exhausted physically. Okay, here's Empress. This is marriage, motherhood. So this person, this woman, this is Mica, the wife. This is indicative of marriage. You're creating your environment, creating your home. Heavy weight she carried, heavy burden, a heavy cross she bared. Heavy cross she bared she was very, very young, and she had been carrying a lot of weight for a very long time. And perhaps she suffered alone through a lot of things too, and perhaps wasn't as vocal as she was through the entirety of the marriage, but there was a lot of weight here she was carrying. Here's the Knight of Swords. The Drama Queens entered the chat with the Knight of Cups. Okay, wow, 2 knights together. That's interesting. So, the Knight of Swords showing up next to the Knight of Cups. This is the drama. This is the aggression. This is the conflict. And then this is the sweetness. This is the I love yous. This is, here, I brought you flowers, okay? I want to do something nice for you. But you show up first like this with aggression and conflict. And then you turn around and you're sweet and nice and expect me to forget it. It's kind of like Jekyll and Hyde type energy here. Why these 2 knights are showing up together, I'm not sure. Knights can also be typical young men, but I feel that these are energies that were happening somewhere in her marriage of aggression, conflict, and then romantic pursuit. So I'm going to treat you like crap one day, and then the next day I'm going to be love bombing you and pursuing you. So there is a lot, and that's exhausting. I mean, come on. I mean, if you've ever been in a situation with a partner who one day treats you like crap, who's very aggressive, assertive, conflict all the time, something's wrong all the time, and then the next day they come home, bring you flowers, they're sweet talking you, they're acting like you're the love of your life. That's exhausting. I mean, that kind of back and forth type energy screws you up, okay? A lot of mental games going on here. A lot of mental stuff going on here. Here we have the Seven of Wands. This is strength against opposition, a person against many different things coming at them and having advantage or feeling like they have advantage with other people. And here's the fantasy. I feel like the pastor here may feel that he's, of course, everybody's out to get him right now, but there's also this fantasy, this illusion, this fantasy world that we're creating here of what really happened or what really took place. There also could be drugs involved here. When I see this card, this speaks also about alcoholism, drug addiction. This also can be indicative of someone who's taking any type of antidepressants or drugs to help them mentally. So I think the narrative here is from the pastor, that the video that we've seen is that Mica had, as you all know, Mica had mental health problems. So the fight or opposition here could be the narrative coming from him that we may be seeing more of is this, that she had many issues going on. And that's kind of his MO right now in terms of what was going on with her. Now, the medical exam